Hi everyone, my name is Joanna. Welcome to my channel. I'm a colorist and creator of thematic color palettes. I am thrilled to be able to do this video 2 days for you, yet before Christmas. And I wanted to address today the question that I often get. It is how to use my thematic color palettes. So without further ado, let's dive into the subject right away. There are 5 steps that I recommend to consider when selecting a color palette. Guys, I am very intentional with how I select colors for my next creative project, and I deeply encourage you to do the same. So, whenever I start to work on a page or any other creative project, I ask myself question, what vibe am I aiming for? What emotions, feelings I want for this page or for this artwork to evoke, or how do I want to feel while working on this project. And this pretty much defines the range, the scope, the vibrancy of colors that I choose. I organize my color palettes in thematic order, so once you define the vibe, the temperature, the emotions you want to evoke, it will be easy for you to pick up the right color palette from the right collection. So for example, we are in a festive season, uh, so this is my Enchanted Christmas Colors book that includes color recipes for Christmas magic in 8 main festive themes and styles that Christmas are popular for. Like, for example, let's say this Victorian Christmas ornament style. I used this specific color palette when I wanted to evoke the magic of Christmas that I knew from my childhood, and Victorian vibes were the vibes I really associate with this time, although I'm not that old, obviously. But deep reds and deep greens are colors of my Christmas by grandma, I could say so, I guess. Anyway, to keep to the subject. Selecting the right color palette for my creative purpose, for my creative goal, is the step number 2, which brings us to the step number 3. So once I have chosen to use the Victorian Christmas ornaments color palette, I have to choose colors that I will actually use from this palette. And you can see that there are 5 colors in the main section and 5 colors in the section of complementary colors. And what I usually do to keep the essence of the original vibe is I use all 5 colors from the main palette and 1 or maybe 2 colors from the complementary section. And the reason for this is that the more colors from the complementary section you will use, and the bigger area they will eventually cover, the more dissolved the vibe of your original palette will be. I want to picture this situation for you using 2 coloring pages that I actually did. One is this double page spread from Johanna's Christmas book, where I used only mainly colors from the main color palette of this palette. So I used burgundy, deep green, gold, cream and ivory is the color of this page, and therefore you can easily say that yes, this coloring page, this finished coloring page, has the vibe of Victorian charm. And I want to contrast this situation with the other page that I did recently. I will just find, okay, this was this palette, Nordic Christmas Ornaments color palette, that I used to color this page. And I will show you a whip from coloring this page somewhere here. At the face of using only the colors from the main palette, like Snow White, Slate Green, Wood Brown, Cherry Red, and Forest Green. This page had truly this vibe of Nordic charm, but once I started to add more complementary colors, including this midnight blue, the original vibe of Nordic magic started to, fade away a little bit into the background. So, to sum up, if you want to use only essential colors from a color palette, you are free to do it, and this way you will evoke like very intense charm of a palette. But if you want to play more with complementary colors, you can use even 10, I mean all of them. It's your creative choice, but you must take into account that you will create a different charm, a different vibe of a page eventually. I use colors from complementary section to help me accentuate the key elements of the coloring page. I use them to create more dynamics in the page. Now, once we selected the colors which we want to use for a coloring page or any different creative project, we come to the step number 4, which is matching the right colors with your coloring supplies, swatching them and labeling them onto this color palette page. For this purpose, I use my regular color swatches that I do for every single colored pencils that I get. I usually select from 1 to 3 shades of each color and label them here for my future projects. If you have only one color, that's perfectly okay. If it's a colored pencil, you can always play with, pressure, with layers to create a beautiful gradient. So don't worry if you do not have abundance of coloring supplies. You can still conjure some, creative magic to create a beautiful color that matches this color palette. Which brings us to the step number 5, which is creation. Whatever it is that you are doing, whether you are coloring a page or drawing or painting or crafting, you are a creator, you are a magician. Therefore, please play, experiment, have fun while using these palettes and your coloring supplies. Don't worry about having the abundance of coloring supplies, having them all. Play with what you already have to, create magic with the stuff that you have and the color recipes for the vibe you are aiming for. My color palettes are aimed to make a colorist's life easier, not more complicated nor more expensive. Actually, when I started to work on them, I was recovering from a triple grief and a job loss. I decided to quit my job because they wanted me to work even more than I was contracted to. And I didn't feel like doing it at all. Like, I wanted to take my time and space to recover from loss of my loved ones and, not to dive into the chaos of working 12 hours or 10 hours a day. So yes, I didn't have money to. Therefore, my color palettes are aimed for any coloring supplies that you have, not for any specific brand. If you feel intrigued after watching this video to try out my color palettes, the books are available on Amazon as self-published book. There are 5 of them. There are also printable bundles that are available on Etsy. The book and the bundle, although it might have the same theme, like Halloween spooky theme, they will include different color palettes. So if you wish for an abundance of spooky or festive or autumn color inspiration, you can have both the bundle and the book. Each book consists of 32 palettes, each bundle consists of 15 palettes, and yes, I guess it is all. If you have any questions regarding how to apply these color palettes in action, if there is something I didn't cover in this video, please leave your question in the comment section below. I will surely read all the comments and answer all your questions. And please join my Facebook group. It is called Color Harmony Hub for Adult Coloring. You will find there not only the creative spirit of other fellow colorists, but a set of freebie every month, a new set every new month. That being said, I wanted to wish you once again beautiful, amazing Christmas time. May your Santa bring you all creative supplies that you wish for. And that's it. Until next time. Bye bye.